Hey, how you guys doing? I'm Nate Anime and welcome back to my channel. So today I am back on the Crew Motorfest to play some more of the Crew Motorfest. Today we're going to be doing another playlist. I have decided I am going to do the Donut Media playlist, which does look like a really interesting playlist so far. I mean, there are a lot of interesting playlists in this game, but this one looks very interesting, which is actually kind of cool to see Ivory Tower actually collaborating with a lot of content creators, a lot of car content creators, because also Supercar Blondie's also in this game too, so that's also pretty cool. That's really cool, but this looks very interesting. So today we're going to be checking out Rule the Streets, presented by Donut Media. This looks to be a very interesting playlist. Let's get started, shall we?
I got a question for you guys, and buckle up, Buttercup, cause it's a doozy. Freaking lightning, baby! Listen up, you buff horses. I've got 7 questions that you need to answer by getting behind the wheel of some of the most iconic cars the world has ever seen. Here we go.
Oh, okay, I was about to say, I was like, I only see James.
Questions. You need to settle them once and for all.
Like, where's the rest of the crew?
More power, baby! Will it be easy? I don't think so.
That's why I love him. He gives the people what they need to hear.
Lightning, 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 lightning! And in the end, I need you to answer the biggest question of them all. Who rules the streets? That is the most badass thing I have ever heard of. More power, baby!
Alright, well, that was kind of weird watching like a Donut Media video, but it's not on YouTube. But yep, that was a nice little introduction. Alright, so let's get over to that. So I don't know if I'm actually going to do another nearly hour-long video like I did in the last video. The last video was nearly an hour long. Like 51 minutes, because I really did the whole entire playlist. So I mean, I don't mind doing it as long as you guys don't mind me doing it, because it really does kind of make the gameplay a little bit easier, and makes it a little bit easier to upload more content of the Crew Motorfest. Because if I do the playlist all in one video, you know, and complete the playlist, that playlist is done, I can move on to the next playlist, rather than, you know, doing 4 or 5 videos on one playlist, which, I don't know, it feels a little bit like repetitive and takes even longer to do. So I'd rather just, you know, try to include everything in this playlist, you know, in one video. So who knows, hopefully this playlist won't be too long. Hopefully a little bit shorter than the last one. The last one was pretty long, but that just shows you how much content there is in this game. So yeah, hopefully this collaboration between the Crew and Donut Media is a much better collaboration than the Forza Horizon 5 with Donut Media, which was actually pretty boring, if I may be honest. But
Ferrari and Lamborghini have been rivals since they were babies. It's true, but don't look it up. Before we set up camp downtown, you'll be racing through the countryside in the Italian supercar of your choice. Either the Ferrari F12 Berlinetta or the Lamborghini Huracan. Which beast, Italian Stallion or the Stromboli Bully?
interesting pronunciation of the Lamborghini Huracan and the Ferrari F12. Personally, I'm not a big fan of Ferrari. Never really liked Ferrari, so I'm going with the Huracan. I am going with the Huracan.
The Lamborghini machine, let's ride.
I was slightly cringe, but okay. Alright. let's get into this playlist with Donut Media and drive in a nice green Lamborghini Huracan. Ooh, wow, look at that. Wow, they're all over the screens.
Hey, James here. I'm talking to you from this
Alright.
drone.
Oh shit, yeah, there is a drone right next to me.
Drone. That would defeat the entire purpose
That's
of
cool.
the drone. That would be a helicopter.
This is like my first time actually
This bull.
driving
It will follow you the
a
whole
hypercar
time and take some awesome
in the
shots
Crew
for
Motorfest,
video. Not in a
well,
weird way.
without the beta,
Anyway, have
but
fun.
yeah, handling feels okay. Again, just like the last couple of videos, I have taken all the assist off because I really want to feel like the raw power of these vehicles in this game. So, and I'm definitely feeling it as I'm drifting this
No pressure,
Huracan
but these
up the
cars are,
mountain.
like, really expensive, so try not to crash and burn, okay?
Almost kind of feels like I'm playing a much more well-balanced version of Need for Speed in a way, especially with the way I'm drifting up these mountains, because if I tried doing something like this in Need for Speed, yeah, I would drift, but I would probably crash and wreck out. Ugh. Okay, well, still a better crash than it would be in Need for Speed, believe me. But so far though, I am definitely dominating the Ferrari right now, so this is truly going to be an easy race for me. What happened to the drone? Oh, there he is.
Yeah, I should have mentioned there's gonna be turns. Sorry.
Are you kidding me? I'm loving this. I love the turns. So I don't know, but if it asks me to up my difficulty, I might actually do it. I mean, not that I don't mind winning these events a little bit easier. Not that I mind winning these events. Not that I mind, you know, a little bit of ease while playing these playlists, but I would like something a little bit more challenging. Because, I mean, geez, how far is the Ferrari back there? I think it's like at least a mile and a half behind. Easy win with the Lamborghini. Not a bad way to start off the Donut Media playlist. Let's get started with the next race in here. Alright, yeah, I am going to hold and say yes. So we're at 20% difficulty. Hopefully that doesn't screw us in this playlist. Hopefully it's not too hard.
All right, tough boys and girls, you think you've got muscles? Well, how
Man's
about
wearing
you
a
take to the
muscle
streets
suit.
In a Chevy Camaro ZL1 or a
What
Shelby
is that?
Mustang
It looks so
GT500
bad.
To find out.
That looks so bad.
American muscles. Spoiler, it's me.
So wait, American, ooh. Alright, so this one's interesting. Considering the fact I just got through playing a whole entire playlist that involved nothing but Mustangs, I'm actually gonna go with the Camaro. Because I'm actually a little bit sick of seeing the Mustang. So I'm gonna go with the ZL1 Camaro.
Get that dinner.
I want to drive something different that's not a freaking Mustang. Boy over in the Mustang is redlining. Jeez, you hear him? Alright, let's go. Let's go, let's go, let's go.
We're in the muscle car's natural habitat, the concrete
Ooh.
jungle. How's it feel?
And we are sectioned off. Okay, that's interesting. Okay, so I might have to be a little bit more cautious now,
Didn't think muscle cars
because
could
the
turn like that,
difficulty
did you?
is a little bit higher. And this Mustang is pulling away from me. Oh yeah. Yeah, this boy is pulling away from me. His name is Homer. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. The donuts, Homer Simpson. I get the joke now. I mean, that's pretty cool though. That's a very interesting reference.
GT500, huh? Drives more like the GT stinker.
Okay, we're slowly but surely making our way past this Mustang. Hopefully I can do that. I do feel that I'm actually struggling now because I did just put up the difficulty. But like I said though, it was a little bit too easy. I hope I don't have to redo this race again. Ooh. That would really suck. Ooh, the braking on this is horrible. It's like no matter how close I get to this guy, just rubber bands away from me. Alright, we're in the lead now, so let's keep it. I think this might be the finishing line. Ooh, yes. Yep. No, he's gonna pass me. Are you kidding me? That is such rubber banding. That is such rubber banding, bro. That's crazy. Do I still pass though? It did give me a check mark. And the Mustang wins. But do I pass? Or do I have to do it all over again? That would really suck if I have to do this all over again. Like, no matter how fast I was driving and how clean I was driving, like, he was still pulling away. So, like, the rubber banding was really hitting hard.
Keep going, driver.
I guess so. It's letting me pass. Let me check here. Let me see. Yeah. It says completed. Alright, we'll head to the next one. Next one is actually high-low. Ooh. I wonder how that's going to work. And low. Again, I wonder how this is going to work. Like, are we going to be tuning our own car? Or are we going to be testing, you know, a higher performance in a lower performance vehicle?
Except for high car. In this time attack, you'll get to drive both 370Zs for 1 lap each on the same
we really are just getting James for the whole entire playlist. Like, where's the rest of the crew?
Really is. Can you beat your own time switching from?
I mean, I don't mind. James is probably one of the most funniest people on Donut Media, but
mean more better? I mean, yeah. No, definitely.
It is just James, though. Alright, let's see. Okay, 370Z. Nismo.
Alright, hotshot. Let's see what you can do with that setup coming straight from the sale rack.
Whoa.
Give it
Sheesh.
beans.
That was rough. Oh, where'd the drone go? Just disappeared out of nowhere. Okay, brake. So, this car that we're driving right now, I can only assume it is low car. Doesn't seem to be moving that fast. We gotta get a good time.
I forgot to tell you there's ramps. I believe you slightly scratched the paint.
I mean, interestingly enough, this is a very expensive low car. I mean, this is a 370Z Nismo of all vehicles, so I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that. I mean, whether it's low or high, in this case, it's still a Nismo, so I don't know. The car itself is higher than most vehicles out there right now.
One shot, do not miss your chance to blow. This opportunity comes once in a lifetime, yo!
Eminem. Love that song, 8 Miles.
Fully upgraded. Let's rip.
Ooh. Alright, yeah, this is definitely beefier than the last car.
Okay, we've done the whole part switching thingy, brakes, tires, suspension, exhaust. Only the best for my baby.
Yeah. This is definitely faster and more easier to control.
Time to put that Nismo high car to the test. Punch it. Hey, I know you're focused on driving right now, but I just want to call out that I'm doing a really good job flying this drone. It's my first day. Nailing it.
That is kind of interesting though, to see a drone in this game. Ivory Tower really is just going out for all new stuff, and I like it. Just seeing, you know, new things you never saw in the Crew 2. It's really, really cool. Alright. Put the hammer down.
So, what do you think? Does more expensive
Ooh.
or better?
Look at that time difference. Holy crap. That was like a minute 42 to like a minute 25 for the high car. Ouch. Well, that's wild. That's really wild. What the heck? Alright, next one up. We'll be driving a Koenigsegg and a Bugatti. Mo power. Alright, let's start this one up. Sounds like an event that James made up.
More power, baby!
Yeah, see?
Motorfest gave us 2 hypercars with more power than anyone would ever need. Choose between the Bugatti 1038 and the Koenigsegg Jesko and race through downtown Honolulu. Which car will set the new downtown speed record, and who will split an order of shaved ice with me? Hey, can we get some shaved ice on set? Oh yeah, good luck.
Bro, like with Donut Media, it kind of feels a little bit more real. Like, honestly, like I could see this kind of happening in real life. Just Donut Media being out in Hawaii doing some crazy stuff. Let's see, which car are we gonna go for here? Are we gonna go for the Koenigsegg Jesko or the Bugatti? I kind of want to do something different. Normally, I would go for like the Koenigsegg, but I'm gonna go for the car I normally wouldn't choose, which is the Bugatti. I'm not going to pronounce that name. This playlist so far is the most comical, and I think you could really just thank James for that. But look at this
Partnering
thing.
with Motorfest comes with some pretty sweet perks.
I'm definitely
Check
out of my
these 2
comfort zone right
spaceships
now,
they lent us.
driving these hypercars. And the Jesko is already miles ahead of me right now, and I just hit a wall, so already starting off
This car
not too
is
well.
Too fast. You are a psychopath. I love you.
Trying to brake as much as I can in these corners. Like I said in the last couple of videos, like if you take off the traction control and the stability, you're going to want to use the brakes. The brakes are your friend in this game, which they should be your friend in a lot of racing games. Normally the people who hate this type of racing are the type of people who would rather bump you out the way just to win a race rather than like drive properly. I'm trying my best here, but not doing too well. All I know is I hope I don't have to win this race, because if I do, I'm not doing too well. Oh my gosh, yo, the Jesko is pulling.
Finish line is right there. More power, baby.
The heck? It's letting me pass. It's letting me pass. I don't know why, but it is letting me pass, even if I come in second place. I mean, I don't mind that, but still. I don't know. Word of advice. Like, you see this little challenge right here? Do them. If you are in any of these playlists and you're doing, you want to like get like extra money, make sure you do these challenges, alright? And if you do these side activities and you do these challenges, which this one for Donut Media is locked, but for example, the one in the muscle class, they have challenges, you can get some mad money for these. Mad money and RP, which will eventually add up to you like unlocking things. Like for example, if you do all these challenges right here, you can actually unlock like some crew credits for free. So yeah, I would definitely do these little side challenges, side activities. They're really easy. The only thing you'll need though is just, you know, a lot of money to buy certain cars that you'll need, unless you played the Crew 2, that you can just import your whole entire roster, but or your whole entire catalog. But yeah, you can definitely earn a lot of money. There's a lot of ways to earn money in here, and I have definitely learned. I mean, look how much money I have now. I have like almost actually no, I have almost $2 million. But yeah, in the last video I didn't have that much. I did a lot of grinding of those challenges, and that's how I got to where I am right now. So yeah, I would definitely recommend trying those out. Ooh, we're doing drifting. Finally. Yeah, we haven't done any drifting events yet.
Now's your chance to get sideways, muchacho. You'll be drifting this Mitsubishi Lancer Evo X up and down the corkscrew. The only one you're competing in this challenge against is yourself. Just like in life. Can you get all steezy with your slide? And how long can you maintain your drift?
Well, hopefully for a long time. Well, this is my first drift event in Motorfest. That's not in the beta. So let's see if I remember how to drift in this game.
Game on! Go drift, my friend. Go drift to your heart's content.
Okay. Well, I'm not doing too well. Oh gosh, yeah. This is gonna be a learning curve. I should have probably did the Made in Japan playlist and practiced a little bit there in the drifting department. Alright, I kinda got it.
Lancer Evo. My friend said it was the fastest car that he's ever driven. What's up, Dan? I bet you never thought you'd be in a video game.
Well, technically he's kinda not. In fact, most of the people from Donut Media aren't in this game at all. Only James. You know, I'm doing a lot of drifting, but I don't really see an objective here.
I'm serious. Go do it.
I'm already subscribed to Donut Media, but I don't really see an objective here. It was just like, get the most points that you can. Which, I guess 87 is not too bad. The drifts were consistent. The corners weren't that challenging. In all honesty, is there really anything you need to do to pass any of the races or challenges in this playlist? Because so far everything seems to be like extremely easy, and even if you lose, you still win. Anyways though, let's head over to the next race in the playlist.
So we know you're a capable driver. What if you don't have any brakes? You'll be driving this Ford Raptor SVT, and I say driving, but you're stuck in cruise control and you cannot use your brakes. Oh. And did I mention every lap you get faster? So how clean can you drive when slowing down isn't an option?
I'm gonna be very honest. In real life, that sounds horrible. To be driving a Ford Raptor and using that to drift. Oh, okay, that's interesting. So, I actually can't even accelerate faster. Holy crap, hold up. I gotta focus here. So they don't want me to hit the cones?
This is simple. Each cone that you touch gets you a penalty. Make a perfect lap and you get a big old bonus.
Uh-oh.
Imagine each cone is the cutest, buffest horse you've ever seen. You wouldn't run over a horse.
What the heck? How is he accelerating?
Hey.
He's going faster than me.
Well, I guess that's one lap. Good job.
And I got 5 laps of this. Yeah, this is gonna suck. I did realize
I don't know
though.
if your robot assistant told you, but
The,
I may have forgotten to install the brakes.
So here's something interesting. The traction control is actually on. I don't know why, but it is. Even though I have it set off. Strange. Maybe it has something to do with the event. Okay.
I've got your mom on speed dial, so you better keep your driving clean and tight.
Okay. Shouldn't be too hard. I'm just curious to know how the
How clean
guy...
drive
Oh
with
no!
brakes?
I'm gonna hit a cone! Oh no,
Starting to get an
I
idea.
hit 6 of them. But I'm just curious to know how the guy in the objective is somehow miles ahead of me right now. Well, it's a good thing I got a new controller, because if I had stick drift right now, this would really suck.
Clever girl.
Wow.
Get it? Get it? Like in the movie?
Now I'm up to 10 cones in the same spot too. Okay, now I'm up to 13. Okay, this is definitely a very hard and interesting challenge. Gosh, I am up to 22 cones right now. Thank goodness this is like the last one. I have no brakes. How is he drifting like that? That shouldn't be possible. Okay, I'm truly convinced that...
The Raptor is out.
Yeah, I'm truly convinced that the AI driving the objective or doing the objective is cheating. Because there's absolutely no way. There's no way this person is getting drifts like that without even touching the brakes. Like, I feel like, which I did point this out, it's like the traction control was actually on. So, it's like they put the traction control so I couldn't slide out and do drifts to be able to, you know, make it easier to go around the course. I don't know, that's kind of strange. Alright, on to our next event, which is actually our last event, sadly. I was actually really enjoying this playlist, but unfortunately, this last race or challenge that we have on the playlist does mark the end of the Donut Media playlist. A very enjoyable playlist, I have to say. This is probably one of my most favorite ones so far, next to the Made in Japan playlist.
You can't say enough good things about German engineering. I've tried. In this final face-off, two powerhouses battle it out in the streets of Honolulu. Audi R8 SPYDER head-to-head with BMW M4. Who could ask for anything more? Let's find out once and for all. Who rules the streets?
So we have an Audi R8 V10 SPYDER, and we have a BMW M4 competition coupe. Huh. While I like the Audi, the BMW seems more practical. I don't know. On top of that, though, they gave us a convertible here. I don't know why. It's very hard to choose. I'm gonna go with the Audi. I just personally like Audis more than I like BMWs.
Audi R8 SPYDER. Okay, sure. Prove me wrong.
But yeah, if I was ever given the chance to choose between an Audi and a BMW, I'd probably choose the Audi. Personally, I'm just more of an Audi fanatic than a BMW fanatic. Now that I think about it, was this in the Crew 2? I don't remember this convertible version being in the Crew 2. This might actually be a new car, or a new version of a already existing car, which the Crew seems to do a lot of.
My drone isn't even breaking a sweat keeping up with you. Wait a second, why would a drone be sweating? Stupid.
Yeah, it is a little bit weird.
This is a lot of fun. Thank you for letting me film you in a totally not You have nice hands.
What the? Yeah, see, that's totally not creepy at all. Okay.
Watch out, this first ramp is a bit of a doozy.
As long as it doesn't include a turn, which it does. Well, you know what? Let's use the rewind feature. Haven't really used the rewind feature in this game yet. Well, that helped us improve a little bit. Yo, this dude is cutting for the track. That's not fair. You can't do that.
You're driving this spider like a shoe-dang gazelle in a lion
Come on. Ah, he's pushing me off the road. Yo, how is he getting such a boost?
Dang, dog, hit up Jules Verne, 'cause we got freaking flying cars over here.
But so far for Donut Media,
These two German
the playlist, it's like
definitely pack a
all the
punch.
races I've been coming in second place because
Is that even
of the crazy amount of rubber banding from the AI. It's just insane. Like, all I did was like push up the difficulty just a little bit, and it just gave the AI the okay to just go crazy and just rubber band.
Well, that car's done. The finish line
There
is
goes
coming.
the finish line.
Coming. Joel,
Last race in the Donut Media playlist. Look at that, and we got a first place win to end the playlist. Not bad, not bad. Had to basically attack the other vehicle just to get first place win, but I was able to do it, and it worked out pretty well. But the rubber banding in this game is kind of wild. Like, I think at this point, if you start putting up the difficulty, you might as well start putting the assist back on, because if you don't put the assist on, it's just going to be a really hell of a time winning against the AI with the difficulty as high as it is. Alright, let's go and pick up our reward. Now, I actually don't know what we'll be getting. I actually don't know. I'm not even like remotely sure what we'll be getting. I can't even think of it. Maybe we'll be getting the Nismo, which would be a very interesting vehicle to give us, considering the fact, like, even though I didn't import my catalog of vehicles from the Crew 2 quite yet, I believe I have the Nismo 370, so who knows. But let's see what they give us. Hopefully it's not the Nissan 370. Please don't give me a car I already have. Ooh. They're giving us the C8. And it looks like a, yeah. Yep, a Donut Media C8. Okay. That's pretty cool. I don't think I have that in my car catalog. Or C8 anyway. Obviously, I don't have this car in my catalog, I just want it. I like how every time we win a race, like, they always give us like that little introduction to the car. Oh, look at that! And we also unlocked the main stage too. Should we check that out? I think we have time, just a little bit, to check that out in the video, since the playlist wasn't too long. And I think the next playlist we'll do is probably the Made in Japan playlist. Because the game has been bugging me about the main stage.
This month is going to be chock full of spectacle. 4 weeks of themed events featuring the land of opportunity. Tell the tale of America the only way it can be told. Driving wild and riding free.
So, is this basically like the Motor Pass, basically?
Muscle cars or movie stars, you're gonna need to race hard on every of
Or like the summit.
Every week, there's going to be something new to indulge in.
Yeah, I think it's like a replacement of the Motor Pass.
Finish with a flourish and you might get to live out the American dream and win a prize. It's a chance you wouldn't want to miss out on.
Yeah, so I think from the way it seems, this is like the Motor Pass. Okay, that's not too bad, I guess. Let's see here. Ooh, it says I have 4 rewards. Even though I didn't do anything. Let's see. Okay. Well, legend points. A Pontiac Firebird. Alright. Some more clothes. Achiever. Okay, not bad. What's this over here? Oh shit, we're getting money now. XP. And 5 legend points. Is that it? Is that all? Alright, so yeah, I think that's going to be the end of the video. We got to see the main stage. We completed the Donut Media playlist. It still says I have rewards. What's going on here? I don't know where the rewards are coming from. But anyways, though, that is the Rule the Streets playlist with Donut Media. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure to leave a like. But that's all time I have for today in this video. Hopefully you guys come back for the next The Crew Motorfest video. Alright, I'll see you guys in the next one.